Hello everyone, this is Chuck Whetstone. I am starting something new. This is January and it's 2020 and it's a new year, new day, new you, and I'm starting a new podcast. Okay? So my goal is for the next 52 weeks to give you at least one song a week, usually a video, maybe audio, and it'll be a song that I've played, arranged, written, a combination of whatever, and I'm going to share it with you. And so I'd like you to be part of this journey with me, and I'm going to share some great music with you, and I'll be playing the piano, guitar, whatever. Some will be with a full band, but some will just be me. But I want you to come along with me in this journey, and we're just going to call this blog Chuck Whetstone Music. How about that? Or we can call it Music Matters, because it does. Music matters. So I hope to do one every Friday in this year. Sometime it'll be later, sometime it'll be earlier, like today's a little bit later. So if you will, please subscribe. Look for the place to put in your email address and subscribe to this podcast. I do appreciate it. Get on my mailing list. So once a week I can send you an updated email about what I've been doing musically, what I've been doing with the family, and also a reminder about the new podcast that's getting ready to come out. I'll send you that. And also know that your email address is safe with me. I don't sell email addresses. I just want to use this as a tool to communicate with you. So all of this is brought to you by, can I have to have a sponsor here? Okay, here's a sponsor. Here's a paid, no. Our sponsor this week and probably every week is heritagesongs.com. And it's not too late to get your copy of this beautiful Heritage Songs 53-week planner calendar. It's not too late. It's loaded with 53 hymns, one on each page, and a week at a glance for the calendar and the planner. You can get inspiration on each page that you're working with, each week that you're working with. Read the words to these hymns, and if you're musically inclined, you can play them on a piano and have a great time. 53-week planner calendar, and it's a beautiful photograph I took down in Texas myself, and I hope you like it. This is available at heritagesongs.com. And also, while I'm talking, it's almost time. February and March starts the time of Lent. This is a great little journal and devotional for Lent. It's got much needed songs about surrender and being close to God during the Lent time before Easter. And that's available as also, how about Heritage Songs 1 Year Journal? Yeah, you can still get this. It's got a whole year, 365 days to write down your thoughts and your plans and your dreams and hopes. There's a scripture on each day and part of a hymn that I've included in here, over 22 songs, I believe. And then lastly, things to remember. 5 things to remember so you don't forget, a book Julie and I came up with. It's thought-provoking list to preserve your memories. And we need to write down what's important to us, what we remember about our life, and then give this away to a loved one, share it with them so they'll know things about us that maybe they didn't know before. And it's also just to be a treasure for them. A friend of mine at church bought several of these for her family members and gave it to them with the assignment that this is your gift for this year, and next year you're supposed to give it back to us completed. So their goal is to complete that book and give it back to them. heritagesongs.com. I appreciate you going there, heritagesongs.com. So let's look at our first song of the year. It's 2020. It is 2020, and the song is called God's Way is Best. Now, I rearranged this song back in the 80s because I fell in love with these words by Mr. Charles Naylor. And this video that you're about to see is taken by my wife, Julie, as I was leading worship last week at New Hope Church of God in Claremore, Oklahoma. This was last Sunday. And I found these words by Charles Naylor way back in the 80s out of the old hymnal of the Church of God. And these words really spoke to me. Now, the tune that is included in the original hymn it's kind of dated, okay? It's not really one that really appealed to me. So I wrote more of a modern musical appeal to it, something more sounding like Barry Manilow or Lionel Richie. And in the bridge, I even sound a little bit like the Beatles, some of the progressions that would go with the Beatles. Also changed the lyrics. The lyrics were, 1904-ish, and so they had that little quaint sounding of words. I still use some of the words in there, but I did change a few of them to be more personal pronouns like you and your. And so you'll notice as you read these words on the podcast today that if you'll, on this webpage here, chuckwhetstonemusic.com, if you read along, you'll see that I start off, as Charles Naylor wrote, saying, God's way is best, God's way is best. And by the end of the song, I'm saying, your way is best. So by the end of the song, I'm convinced of that. So this is God's Way is Best by Charles Naylor, 1904, and I wrote the music in about 1986. The lyrics are included on this webpage. And also, let me give you a little background about Mr. Charles Naylor. 1874 to 1950. He was a Church of God minister with the Church of God out of Anderson, Indiana. He was injured one time doing ministry down in Florida at an evangelistic event. They were putting up a tent outside, have a tent meeting, and he was struck by one of those big poles, came down on him, injured him, hurt his kidney and his spine. And then, of all things, about a year later, he was involved in a bus accident where he was really severely injured and became an invalid at that point and lived another 40 years. Now, listen, as an invalid, he was not considered invalid. He was just an invalid. He wrote about 134 hymns, is what I could find out, 8 books, many articles and pamphlets and columns in the Gospel Trumpet, which is the publication of the Church of God at Anderson, Indiana back in that day. And so this man, no matter what his physical situation was, he continued to produce quality stuff. And in fact, here it is, 115 years later, now it's 116 years later, this song is still speaking to us today. So here's God's Way is Best on our new podcast, and I hope you really enjoy it. And don't forget, you can go, and one more time, heritagesongs.com, heritagesongs.com. That's really Amazon. That's where I get my books printed. heritagesongs.com. You can look at all those books, and I appreciate it very much. So enjoy this video of God's Way is Best, and I will see you next week on whatever the song is. I don't know what it is yet, but we'll have a great time. Chuck Whetstone signing out. God's Way is Best. In the style of Barry Manilow. God's way is best if human wisdom a fair way may seem to show. 'Tis only that our earth-dimmed vision the truth can never clearly know. Had I the choosing of my own pathway, in blindness I should go astray and wander far away in darkness, nor reach that land of endless day. God's way is best. I will not murmur. God's way is best. Though the end I may not see, oh, where He leads, I'll quickly follow. God's way is best. God's way is best for me. He leads me true, I will not question. Though through the valley I shall go, though I should pass through clouds waters of trial and drink the cup of human woe. God's way is best. I will not murmur. God's way is best. Though the end I may not see, oh, where He leads, I'll meekly follow. God's way is best. God's way is best for me. God's way is best. Heart, cease thy struggling to see and know and understand. Forsake thy fears and doubts, but trusting, submit thyself into His hand. Your way is best, so lead me onward. My all I give to thy control. Your loving hand will truly guide me, and safe to glory bring my soul. Your way is best. I will not murmur. Your way is best. Though the end I may not see, oh, where you lead, I'll quickly follow. God's way is best. God's way is best for me. God's way is best for me.